Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Ultimatum Season 2, Episode 2.
Yes, before we get into that, I need y'all to subscribe, like, share, comment. I know y'all tired of me saying it, but guess what? I'm not tired of asking you for help. We need 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We are currently at 38. I think we can get to 1,000. We are behind, but I believe in the people. Mm-hmm. And hopefully the people believe in us. Tell us what happened, Blair, in Ultimatum Episode 2.
All right. So we start where we left off before.
All right.
And Lisa is mushing Brian in the face.
Wow. Okay. we are starting off with domestic violence.
Exactly.
All right.
And Lisa is just going in on Raya about how he can't learn anything from her.
From the little girl right here.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Calling her a Hooters B and just going off and on and on and on.
Listen
about
here.
Raya can't challenge you. She's not worth anything to you.
Listen here, man. Shout out to Hooters, man. Mm-hmm. I don't know who still eat there, but shout out to Hooters. But I kind of agree with Lisa, but like, go ahead, continue.
Okay. And then Brian, he walks back inside of the restaurant and just expressing that it's really hard, and everyone is saying, like, look, nobody should be shocked at what's going on here. I mean, we all signed up for this.
Mm-hmm.
Then Trey and Raya hug. She's saying that she's not okay. She wants him to hug her. Let me know you're okay. And he's like, I'm good. Are you okay? And she's not. Clearly, everything shook her up pretty bad.
Listen here. She got a yelling woman outside that's threatening to whip her behind and stuff like that. So, of course, Raya, this is a foreshadowing with this hugging thing that Raya got going on and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. But, like, I don't understand how, and maybe you can explain it to me, Blair. Like, the one who issued the ultimatum is obviously, like, you know, Lisa, for example. She is basically tripping. She's, like, going through it.
Losing her mind.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. How can you be, like, my partner? How can you be Brian and be like, hey, look, we signed up for this. So, like,
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, how can you be so, I don't want to say insensitive, because insensitive seems
maybe
kind of
like detached.
Detached, because, like, we about to break up tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And we about to not live together, and how can you be cool with that? Like the ultimatum, basically, in my opinion, when an ultimatum is given, it's to basically push you, or to, I don't want to use the word manipulate you, but for you to really see me. You get what I'm saying? Like, basically, like, look, I don't want to do this, but, like, I will sign us up for this show, but I don't want to be away from you. And how can your response as Brian just be, well, you know, this is the experience. We all signed up for this.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, I kind of can see why Lisa's doing what she's doing. I don't see why she mushed the man, but it's like,
yeah, she have to get physical like that. But I can see her losing her, because I wouldn't be able to go on this show and be calm, cool, and collected.
Really?
While you're over there talking to somebody else. No.
Oh, you mushing me in the face?
I'm not gonna mush you in the face, but I'm gonna have a lot to say.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like, these people get on here and are so relaxed and everything's cool and calm and collected, and I'm just like, do y'all even really like y'all partners like that?
Whole time. Continue.
Because y'all do not care. Apparently, that's the way it looks to me.
Mm-hmm.
So Trey is saying that he loves Raya and he really wants it to work between them. He is making other connections with other people, specifically Ryan. And at the time, he was also connecting with Lisa in some ways. So we sit down with Roxanne and Alex, and Alex is expressing that Kat is very reserved. Roxanne is more outspoken, and Roxanne, they're on this date and she's wearing a tie, and she brings up, oh, is this like too boss lady-ish or something like that? Everything with her is about career. It's
Listen
so
here.
Like overkill.
Take your Chippendale behind back to your house and put on a dress. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen here, you matched. I'm not going to say it doesn't look nice, but I'm saying you matched. But in my opinion, I don't know what. It comes off as trying too hard a little bit too much.
It does.
It comes off as if, like, okay, is this what she wants? Like, okay, like, you're a boss. You got your own business. I'm sure you're not the only one in this city that has his own business. But it just seems like
that's your whole personality.
It's just weird. But
it is weird.
Whatever.
Yeah. And Alex is saying that he likes to be challenged. He likes how intelligent Roxanne is. Roxanne, she's just she's nervous to choose who she'll be with at the end.
Makes sense.
And Roxanne, she finds marriage scary and thinks that marriage is going to slow her down when it comes to her career.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't see the spark between them. I just see they both work hard, apparently, and they have direction in their careers. So, I guess to her, that's all she really wants. But like we said, she makes it comes off as her whole personality. Like, you don't have anything outside of work that brings you joy or relationships with people or friendships or, anything that fills you up beyond work.
I don't get that whole idea of, like, I like you because you challenge me. Like, listen here, man. We've been together for a good long while and things like that. I don't want to be challenged every day. No. I want to take a nap. You get what I'm saying?
I want to enjoy my day. I want to enjoy you. So, I don't need a challenge every single day.
Like, what is this idea of, like, you challenge me? Like, no. Maybe it's just me, but I don't want somebody that challenge me every day. Like, I'm fighting the world, I'm fighting the man, and then I gotta come home and fight my partner. It's like, no. It's like, I think it's just the idea. The same way as she's wearing this Chippendale suit to the date, she likes the idea of being a boss lady, and that's why before the guy even tells her how she looks, she's like, "Oh, is it too bossy for you?" Sure. like, sure.
You got it.
Yeah, you got it, man. Continue.
We move on to Kat and Antonio. And Antonio was feeling some jealousy. And he also acknowledges that Roxanne is more stable than him. And that she has her finances and her jobs just all together.
Word.
Kat is communicating that it can be hard for her to open up. And she feels that she thinks that Antonio could push her to open up some more.
Kat is boring.
Yeah.
Like, Kat just seems like a boring person, but I don't necessarily like see that as a bad thing because Alex doesn't seem like he's fun either. So the guy that she came there with and the person that she gave
their personalities fit to me.
The person that she gave the ultimatum to, it seemed like y'all just boring together.
But y'all do fun stuff because y'all don't have nothing to talk about.
Exactly. And then on top of that, so it makes it seem like, and I understand why she may feel like, I want to open up more, but it's like y'all are too busy doing other things to distract y'all from actually getting to, like, the depths of your relationship.
Yeah.
But, it just, Kat just boring to me, I guess.
Yeah.
And Antonio, it sounds like he just need a job.
Yeah.
So, but what else?
James and Raya.
Oh, boy.
So James is saying that they both connected on coming from a single parent household. Raya agrees. I think this is like, I don't feel like they're actually having a true connection, but let me move on with the rest of their conversation.
Yeah, go ahead.
So James, he could never really open up to his mom, and Raya felt that she couldn't open up to her dad, so that's another thing that they connect over. And James wishes that he could have had his dad there to show him what a relationship was like with his mom, but he never got to see that because his dad passed away when he was really young. And they both feel like they have a good connection with each other.
Yeah. The way it just seems like they just trauma bonding.
Yeah, exactly how I feel.
They're not really they're not really connecting on anything presently or even something for the future. It's just things that they just connecting on. Like, yeah, my dad passed away when I was 2. I think he was that young. And like, yeah, like, I never really saw a happy marriage and things like that. There's nothing to really like draw on to basically make them optimistic about their future. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I kind of agree with you. I don't really see that connection at all either.
Yeah. Next, Brian and Raya meet up. Surprised to see Brian.
Man. I'm surprised to see Brian in one piece.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Raya just feels like Brian has closed up a lot after the cocktail hour, which, I mean, it was a lot that happened. And Brian just really likes how Raya is opening up to him and how she's a really good listener. And Raya feels the same way, and she remembers their conversation, and that they had before, and they're just really feeling like they're connecting.
They're not connecting. They just it's just called lust.
Yeah.
Okay. Even Raya said, Brian is making me hot. I feel hot looking at Brian. Trey's right next to you. You get what I'm saying? So there's nothing that they've done. There was no deep conversation. There was nothing to really hold on to anchor them, to make them feel like, oh, I feel like you're opening up to me. I feel like you're listening to me and things like that. I feel like Lisa listened to you too when you don't make her angry. You get what I'm saying? Like, seeing Lisa at the bar was completely different than the Lisa we saw in the house when she was trying to have a conversation with you, but you wasn't really trying to have a conversation with her. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, he wasn't talking.
So how do Raya make you feel open from a 20-minute conversation each day maybe compared to your lady? That's why I don't understand this show, of how y'all more optimistic with a stranger that you just met compared to the person that you've been with for 3 years. I've seen somebody on there that said they've been together for 7 years and things of that nature. I mean, and you feel more hopeful about a stranger than the person you with that knows you.
Yeah.
It's a weird equation that we got going on here. You get what I'm saying?
And Brian, he wants to be married, but their issues are financial and trust. They never really go into exactly what the trust issue is, but that's another one. And then they have a conversation about responsibilities in the house regarding finances, and Raya is willing to take care of smaller bills like utilities, and she does think the man should take care of mortgage and things like that. And he says, well, if your guy's having a hard time, what would you do? And she said, well, I'll step up and do whatever I need to do to take care of the household. So
I feel like she's lying.
Yeah.
I feel like she ain't telling the truth. I feel like it's like a job interview.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you're willing to do all these things for a stranger, like that's why I keep coming back to. You're with Trey, who's willing to. Your whole thing is, I'm not really in the position to really take care of myself. I'm not in my career. I'm not. That's all I hear when she's talking to the guy that says, I'm willing to work with you. So
that way you can get to that point.
Yeah, exactly. But with Brian, like, oh, man, if you fall on hard times, guess what? I step up and do what I got to do.
It's like, but can you, for real? Right now?
No.
Like, you're saying that as though, like, you're in a position to do that right now, and it doesn't sound like you are. So you're just doing, like, fantasy talk.
So you're selling Brian a lie when Trey actually know the truth about your financial future, about your financial present, and he's overlooking that and say, I still want to marry you.
Yeah.
To where Brian's going to be confused and be like, wait a minute, you make tips? That don't pay the cable. Listen, it may just pay the cable, but how are you gonna eat?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's very conflicting reports she giving her man compared to Brian, the one that's making her hot. I'm starting to get into, I'm starting to not like Raya as much. Right? Raya's starting to rub me wrong just from episode 2, just from this alone.
Yeah. And she also reveals that about 2 years ago she had a miscarriage, or she didn't hear the heartbeat for the baby.
Yes.
And she was fearful to experience that again. And I think, well, that's one of the reasons why she's hesitant about having kids, just because she doesn't want to go through that again.
And truth be told, I can respect that. What was not disclosed was that with Trey, or was that with somebody else?
We didn't see her disclose it to Trey, but I feel like Trey probably knows or knew about it.
I'm talking about, was it with him? As in, like, was she pregnant with his baby?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Because her and Trey have only been together 2 years, so it could have been before she got with him.
So I can understand her fear of wanting to go through that again, especially if you do not know that miscarriaging is actually more common than not.
Right.
So I can understand why she would personalize that feeling and personalize that fear.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's also saying that there's something she's missing in the relationship with Trey, is that emotional connection.
Whatever. You're lying.
Okay.
Moving on.
Moving on. We have Trey and Lisa.
Okay.
And Lisa, she does talk a little bit about how she was rude to Raya and disrespectful. Trey didn't seem to have any type of like protectiveness over Raya or trying to back her up or anything. He just tells her, like, look, that's passion. It's amazing that you care that much. You're very passionate. And I didn't take that well. I mean, if I was in Lisa's position, I probably would have felt the same way she did. Maybe been as mouthy, maybe not as much on Raya, but about your guy and just being like, you're just having a great time here, aren't you? Mm-hmm. You're just talking it up, yakking it up with everybody. But my thing is, like, if Lisa is sitting down talking to Trey and she's talking about how disrespectful she was to your girl, and you're just going to be like, you're just passionate. No. Have her back a little bit. Like, come on.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just saying it because I'm starting not to like Ryan. But I'm like, he's on a date right now. Like what is he supposed to say?
He could at least say, yeah, that was messed up, or
that messes up his chance for a date.
I guess.
I'm about to say, Ryan over here talking to James, talking to Brian, talking to the producers, talking to everybody. I'm adding on the producer part. But I'm just like he's not there to defend Raya. He's there to show himself a suitable partner. You get what I'm saying? And then on top of that, like, he saw what Lisa did yesterday. He don't want to say anything wrong.
True.
You get what I'm saying? Like
you gonna mush me in the face.
Exactly. So it's just like, you know what? No, that's not anger. That's passion. It's a good thing. You know what I mean? And he
like, let me get out of this date safely.
Exactly. He ain't blanking or nothing. You're like, it's a good thing.
Yeah, so Lisa, she is enjoying their date and the time that they spend together. And Trey feels like him and Raya really don't have much in common. He says that when they talk, she's talking more about like makeup and hair and I guess just girly things. And he's like, just stuff I'm not really into. And then Lisa brings up how she played basketball back in the day and how she kind of just got into being like a girly girl recently and things like that. For that part of the conversation, I mean, hopefully Raya is talking more than just about that, but I don't know. She does seem very, like, young-minded to me.
Well, she is only 23, around that age.
Right. And they're both really feeling each other, and Lisa does feel like he would make a good husband. They both know what they want. They both want marriage. They both are solidified in their careers, and it could be something really positive.
And listen, of course, like, the ones who gave the ultimatum is linking and finding more common ground with each other and of course the ones that been issued an ultimatum, they are finding more common ground with each other. It's very rare that I've known so far, been listening to Blair, that the one who issued the ultimatum is going to link up and be more comfortable with someone who don't want to get married. Usually you find like, okay, we rather go to break up or I'm gonna be with the one who issued the ultimatum. It would be crazy if Brian, just using this as an example, be like, oh yeah, right, I'll marry you. It's just like like you came on an ultimatum and like you want to marry somebody else. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like of course, but like I said, it's a show. Anything can happen. But it does make sense that Lisa is having a good time with Trey. I think she gave him a hug, but I don't see no romantic connection. I basically just see like, you know, just a common thinking, common ground in the sense of like, we both settle in our career. We both want our partners to marry us. We both want this for our lives. But, you know, Trey is looking to experience this, to get the full experience. So I can understand why he was feeling good about his talk with Lisa as well.
Yeah. Next, Trey goes out with Ryan.
Okay.
And Ryan is saying that she really likes Trey, and she also expresses that she doesn't open up much when it comes to her emotions and how it's been hard for her, but she's just not going to be the type to express it like some of the other women have. Okay. And Trey really likes Ryan and feels that they share the same values when it comes to family and wanting to have kids and just the way that they want to raise their kids to be like family centered. So they end up on a really good note, and they're really feeling each other. So we end off with the choice where we all sitting down at, looks like a dinner table to me. And everyone is there except for Lisa and Brian.
Whoa, they late.
And then we get the bomb dropped on us that Lisa is pregnant.
Whoa.
And they will not be joining us.
They will not be joining us. That was really a bombshell because I was like, hopefully they are. Because after watching that episode, I was like, hopefully they on the next episode at least. Like, do they mean they won't join us tonight?
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
When we meeting up again.
I guess we gonna have to see next episode. Is that the end of episode 2? Yep. Listen, make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all comment. Make sure y'all like. We about to give y'all the whole season. Make sure y'all tune in on Netflix to watch the show. And anything else you want to share, Blair?
Yeah, just comment. Like, we want to have a discussion. Let's hear your thoughts, how you feel about the people, the relationships. Are you feeling the connections with their new potentials? Like, let us know what you think.
Yeah, and we'll be back.
Bye.